Okay, so I told you we would finish rotations today, so we're going to go ahead and finish rotations. You've got this one, we're going to do it, and 2 from the book. And we're actually just going to go ahead and grab those from the book so that we don't have to stop and grab them from the book. So it is in your book on, I'm not sure what page, so wait just a minute and I'll grab it and then we'll tell you. I think it's 92. Yes, tear out page 92. It's the only one you need is 92. And we're going to cut out 7 and 8 from 92. That's all that you need from 92 is 7 and 8. 7 and 8. Go ahead and cut those out and glue those in right here. Then we're going to get started. That's from 92 in your book. I'm going to throw the rest of that page away. My glue is gone. Well, not quite, but almost. Okay. So that's 92. Now let's get started. Alright, the only one we had left here was rotate HJK 180 degrees counterclockwise about the point 1, 1. Now, here's the problem. We are no longer rotating around the origin, which means the rules don't work. So, in order to rotate around something that is not the origin, we are going to make the new point 1, 1 the origin. We're going to draw a coordinate right here, and this is now the origin. And we are going to ignore the origin now. We're going to pretend that coordinate plane doesn't exist. The blue one's the one that matters. So I'm going to go over here and name H, J, and K with the new blue origin. H, J, K. That's the only way you can rotate around a point that is not the origin. So H, using this as the origin, is at -1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Remember, I'm not looking at this. I'm looking at the blue as the origin. And this is the pre-image, x, y, maps to, we'll see in a minute. Okay, J is at -1, 0. K is at -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5, 0. Remember, 1, 1 is the origin there. Right, now, 180 degrees counterclockwise. I'm going to grab that rule from my foldable over here, -x, -y. You need to be memorizing these rules. And I'm going to plug that in, or not plug it in, but I'm just going to use it. H prime, J prime, K prime. This says do the opposite of x, the opposite of y. The opposite of negative is positive. The opposite of positive is negative. So 1, 0. 5, 0. And I'm going to graph it. 3, 1, 2, 3, -1, 2, 3. Remember, I'm using 1, 1 as the origin. 1, 0. J prime. Okay, K prime. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, they didn't make this so it would fit. K prime. Okay, now I'm going to take my straight edge that I just had and draw my image. I mean, like I said, you need to get used to shading them in, because next week when we talk about them all together, you're going to want to know which is which. Okay, so if it does not say about the origin and it's about a point, 1, 1, 2, 3, I don't care, 147, 3,942, you make that the origin, and then pretending that that's the origin, you graph it. Now, something you need to know, after you've graphed this, if it asks you to list the points, you would need to erase this. The actual points now are 2, 1, okay? This wouldn't even matter anymore. If it asks you to list the points, after you've done it, erase the coordinate and actually count what they really are, okay? This doesn't happen often, but you need to know how to handle it if it does. All right, 7 and 8 from your book, page 92. Notice these don't tell you clockwise or counterclockwise. Anytime it does not tell you, we're going to write that right here. If It doesn't say it is counterclockwise. Always. It is almost always counterclockwise. So this, counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. Okay, so we're going to write down the points for PQR. PQR, we got X, comma, Y, maps to. The rule, 90 degrees counterclockwise, is negative Y, comma, X. That's what I will do to find P prime, Q prime, and R prime. So P is at 2, 1. Q is at 4, 1. R is at 4, negative 3. P prime, Q prime, R prime. X goes from here to the Y spot. Y goes to the X spot, but it's the opposite. And I'm going to graph it. Negative 1, 2. P prime. Negative 1, 4. Q prime. 3, 4. R prime. Okay. I want you guys to pause the video and try number 8. 270 degrees counterclockwise. I'm going to use the rule. You've paused it and you've already done it now. I'm going to use the rule Y, comma, negative X. D, E, F, G. D, negative 3, 1. E, negative 1, negative 1. F, negative 1, negative 4. G, negative 3, negative 3. And I'm going to use the rule. D prime, E prime, F prime, G prime. Y goes first. 1, negative 1, negative 4, negative 3. Then I take X, but it's the opposite. So instead of a negative, it's positive. Positive, positive, positive. Now I'm going to graph it. Oh, are they all? Yeah, they're all positives. Okay. 1, 1, 2, 3. D prime. Make sure you're labeling it or it is not correct. Negative 1, 1. Negative 4, 1. Negative 3, 3. G prime. Take your straight edge. In case you don't realize already, I am a perfectionist, so please use your straight edge, okay? And shade it in. The picture is your answer. Alright, you are now able to do all of the homework, whatever is posted on Google Classroom. You were not able to do all of it yesterday, and I understand that, but now you are. So go ahead and start on that, finish that, and turn it in. I will see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow to work on the next lesson.